welcome back. For today's video we are doing a full glam everyday makeup look. The reason why I call this a full on glam everyday look, obviously it's pretty dramatic for an everyday look, but there's days where I do feel like I just want to be fully glammed for a non-occasional day, and this is typically something I would go for, a very simple halo effect. And I am doing a more full coverage foundation for this look as well, because if we're going full glam, then go full glam. But if you guys want to see how to create this full-on glam look, then keep on watching. So I'm going to go ahead and prime and moisturize my face using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's a primer and moisturizer in one, which is super convenient because you don't have to apply two different products because this comes in one. You guys, don't mind my lip. I did have a cold sore and it's finally healing and drying up, so it kind of looks nasty. Alright, so I went ahead and put on my foundation off camera just because everybody knows how to apply their foundation, or everybody has a different preference on how to apply their foundations. So for foundation today, I used the VR Cosmetics HD Studio Foundation. It is a full coverage foundation because we are doing that full glam everyday look, and I wanted to go with a more full coverage foundation, and plus I always seem to go more on the lighter side of the foundations. I'm always trying to choose something that's lightweight, so I wanted to change it up a little bit. So I did want to incorporate some cream contouring, and for cream contour today we're going to be using the Hoola Contour Stick by Benefit. I love this because it has like the perfect shade for cream contouring and it blends so nicely. I really like it. So let's contour away. I like to bring up my contour line a little bit higher just because when I blend it out, I feel like it kind of goes down a little bit. So I just kind of raised it up a little bit and I'll blend it upwards and downwards. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and blend it out. Alright, and once we are done with that, we're going to go ahead and apply some concealer. I know some people combine their cream contour with their concealers, like they'll contour and then they'll apply the concealer right after that. I personally don't like doing that just because I feel like it's a little bit messy and I feel like everything just kind of mixes. I just kind of like to do it a step at a time. That way everything's a little bit more cleaner and I feel like I have a little bit more control over what I'm blending. That's just my preference. But for concealer today, we're going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is one of my top favorites. I literally use this every single day. Even when I'm just going to work completely barefaced, I'll just apply a little bit of concealer on like my under eyes or any like blemishes that I have. I'll just apply this and go and blend it out. It just looks so great, but it has such an amazing coverage. I'm obsessed. So for shade wise, I'm going to be using the light neutral. I am going a little bit lighter. Last time I did medium light and neutral, but I want to go a little lighter just because I feel like I got a little bit more fair. I lost my tan. Alright, now take your damp beauty blender and just blend it all the way. Alright, once we have blended all of that, I went ahead and set everything using my RCMA translucent powder. As you guys can tell, it's a little brightened up. Now we're going to go ahead and do the powder contouring, and for powder contouring and bronzing, we're going to be using the Pure Cosmetics Contour Diaries. This is such a cute contour palette. I love the shades in here. They're perfect. There's warm and cool shades, and there's lighter shades to brighten up like underneath the eyes and all the highlighted areas. Normally I don't use those just because they're already baked, unless I'm trying to color correct a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and take the shade Passion, and we're going to warm up the face, and then we're going to go ahead and take the shade Secret and then contour a little bit. These are pretty pigmented, so you want to be very careful how much you apply. I like to dip my brush into the palette and then dust some of it away, just because I don't want to apply too much and then have it be a little bit more harder on me to blend out. Alright, so I just finished bronzing up my face with the shade Passion, and now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Secret and I'm going to go ahead and contour. It just slightly deepened the contour just a little bit without it being a little like too dramatic. Alright, at this point I go ahead and move on to blush. The usual. And I'm going to be using the Urvana blush by Benefit. I always use their California blush for my everyday, but I just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit for today's look. This stuff smells so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with my Smashbox Buildable Cheek Blush brush and just apply this on the apples of my cheeks. It's like such a natural rosy shade. I love it. I feel like it blends in so nice and almost like melts into the skin. Giving the rest of my face some color. Alright, now my favorite part is the highlight. So for highlight today, we're going to be using the Dandelion Twinkle highlight. This is more on the natural side. It's very, very subtle. I don't know how I even describe it, but it's like this really nice pinky shade. Honestly, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm so bad at describing things. Like, I struggle with that so much, so excuse me for that. But let's just say it's more on the natural side. So if I feel like there's a day where I don't really want to be like too crazy highlighted, I always go for this highlighter. It definitely gives it a more natural, like dewy look, but without it being so like intense. Like you can't even see that there's like a powder, which is really interesting. So when I highlight my nose, I normally use a brush that's much thinner and smaller. So for that, I use my Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease brush. And I just follow down my nose with it. I'm going to use the same highlighter. And I usually use this for the inner corners of my eyes as well. And I think for the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to use a different shade. I already know what I have in mind. Alright, so that's it for our face makeup. That's kind of what I do for my full glam. Normally I go with a stronger highlight, but for today I kind of wanted to go for a softer highlight. But I'm going to go ahead, do my brows off camera, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the eyes. Alright, brows are on, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the eyes. Yes, I am zoomed in, close and personal with you guys. But I'm going to quickly show you guys what colors and shades that I'm kind of going to be working with. So I am going to be using Makeup Geek eyeshadows. These are not all Makeup Geek eyeshadows. There is a few Motives single shadows in here as well. So we're probably going to be working with more of these shades, like more natural brown shades, and then we're also going to be using some of these shades in here as well. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys. These shades are super pigmented, super nice. I love the Motives and the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I use them on a daily just because they have those nice daily good shadows that you can wear for every day. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to be warming up my crease with Heat Wave. This is a Motive Cosmetics shadow, and I'm using my Sigma E40 brush. Then I'm going to go in with this burnt yellow shade. It's Desert Sands, and this is by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to use the same brush just to darken it up a little bit. Now taking the shade Twiggy by Motives and a clean Sigma E25 brush, and we're going to be darkening up the corners, so the outer corner and the inner corner. Then slightly into the crease to create a halo. Taking the shade Caramel by Motives and my Sigma E38 brush, I'm applying this slightly above the crease for a better blend. I switched to a clean brush using my Sigma E39 brush to blend out any harsh lines. Now taking my Too Faced Candy Glow Luminizer, and I'm going to be applying this on the center of my lid as kind of like a cream highlighter, and then I'm going to top it off with a shadow. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my Makeup Geek Magic Act shadow and just topping that off. Then taking my Zoeva 223 brush, and I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines. Alright, back to the Heat Wave shade, and taking my Zoeva 234 brush, I'm just going to be applying this on my lower lash line. And taking that caramel shade once again and applying it on the lash line as well with the same exact brush. Lastly, taking the shade Twiggy and my Zoeva 226 brush and just darkening up the lower lash line. For the inner corner, I'm taking Magic Act and my Sigma E30 brush and applying this in the inner corner of my eye. Then switching to a clean Sigma E25 brush and applying this at the brow bone. Alright, I went ahead and put some mascara on off camera and now some eyelashes. And for eyelashes, I know I'm using Lotus Lashes. I forgot which number it was, but I'll put it up on the screen. Alright, now the last step is we're going to be moving on to the lips. And since my lips are a little dry and I have tried cold sores, we're just going to use a lip gloss instead of a liquid lip because that will not look cute. For lips, I'm going to be using the Laura Geller lavender. It's like a lip cream. It's creamy, and then I'm going to top it off with like a lip gloss. This is a very pretty shade. It doesn't look like a lavender shade. It's more of like a tan mauve shade with maybe a little bit of lavender. It definitely looks a lot more beigey when you put it on. Alright, and then for the gloss, I'm going to be using the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in Stripped. So it's a lot more nude than the lipstick. And I'm just going to use a lip brush to apply this on. That's so pretty. This lip combo though. Alright, and that is it for this makeup look. What do you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys can recreate this look, and if you guys do, please tag me on my Instagram. I would love to see your guys' work. Please give this video a thumbs up, and please comment down below what future videos you guys would like to see next. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on further videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video.